out from my window. Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door.
Hello, happy peoples. Hope you're doing great. Good to talk to you. Another wonderful day here in the good old AK. Guys, the temperature, it was about -20 last night. And today, it was pretty cold this morning, but like right now it is roughly, what do we got? Like, what is that, 11, 12? Above zero? Like, what? It's supposed to be warm. You can actually feel heat from the sun. Oh, it's such a blessing. Such a blessing after the crazy snow. Everything should be starting to melt. We're thinking tomorrow time frame. Supposed to have highs above freezing, and that is awesome. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? Are you hanging in there? Is there anything new and exciting in your part of the woods? Anyway, guys, today, got some fun stuff on the horizon here. One is my wife is gone. She took Audrey out, and the reason is Evelyn's birthday tomorrow. Trying to get all the birthday celebration stuff, and if you guys have been around for a while, you know how that works. She gets lots of decorations and presents, and we do pretty much just stuff as a family. Try to do an event, which we might be able to do. We'll see how that goes. But one thing, just because it's a little bit like colder this morning, we're kind of just moving a little slower today, that we might do, based off of actually some of your guys' recommendations, is food storage. Guys, we did a food storage video. I'll leave a link up here. And the food storage video that we did, the most common question I think that we had was, hey, a lot of your guys' food storage that you have, could you guys make some meals from that? And, you know, my first thought was, well, I don't want to waste our food storage, right? But then I'm thinking, guys, we've had food storage for 10 years. Like 10 years. This is incredible data. It's one thing to go off of like theories of what people think, like, you know, how you're supposed to prepare and how you're supposed to preserve, but we literally have 10 years of vacuum sealed with oxygen absorbers. We might go try that here, just kind of a fun little test to see, does our food storage hold up? Can you eat 10-year-old food storage? That like a lot of our stuff that we have are like wheat berries. Ironically, Joseph in the Bible, he took like 7 years, right? The 7 years of plenteous, and they store wheat berries is what he did, and they would grind that into flour and they would make bread. So they technically stored for 7, ate for 7, so what's that, 14, then maybe another year for another good harvest, 14, 15-ish, depending on how all that worked. They were able to maintain with, you know, thousands of years ago, whatever they used to store things. Assuming that the modern storing techniques today are better, but we'll put that a test. Maybe we'll go grind up some flour, see if we can maybe make some bread. So it should be fun, should be a good experiment, and maybe help some of you guys. So food storage is one of those things that we started doing back, maybe my wife will kind of share some of this stuff here. Back right around the 2008 time frame is when we started getting interested in it, and just having a little bit extra just in case if things go bad, or if things, you know, you have tight financial times. There was a time that we couldn't get groceries for a couple weeks, just because money was super tight, and my wife was just kind of like, okay, you know, we can make this work. We have our food storage. And I remember her making like a chicken pot pie out of just what we had in our food storage, using even canned butter and some of our canned vegetables that she made, and grinding up the flour. It's great skills, good stuff, guys. So we'll do some of that maybe a little later. But again, hope you guys are doing awesome. Let's unfold the day here. My wife is still gone. For some reason, she felt that it was okay to entrust the younger 2 children with me. So I'm sure nothing dangerous is going to happen while she's gone, but let me get back in there just in case something dangerous is happening. Oh, boy. Okay. All right.
All right, I made it back from town, got all the things for Evelyn for tomorrow. Had a good date with Audrey, had a little mommy-daughter time, which was good. We haven't done it in such a long time. I try to make that like a priority, but sometimes it just slips away. But glad we got to be able to go do that. We thought we would do something kind of interesting. Lots of questions about it, and for me, I was very curious. So tomorrow, Evelyn is turning 10 years old. Most of these items were packaged when I was pregnant with her. So I thought, how fitting would it be to get into our food storage and see if we could make something out of it? Because it's all great in theory, you know, you package all this stuff up, you vacuum seal it, you know, good to go. And, but is it actually going to work? That's my question. We're gonna be doing something kind of basic here. I'm gonna be doing soda bread. I don't have to have food storage to make a soda bread, but this is a very simple bread, and it would be like super easy to whip up if you didn't have a whole lot. To try. So we've got some buttermilk that is powdered form. We've got powdered eggs. We've got powdered milk, but I'm not gonna need milk for this. I couldn't remember if it was milk or buttermilk that I needed to use. And then we've got our wheat berries. So I'm gonna grind these up. I've got my little grinder all set up. I'm gonna do a hand one, because if 2020 hasn't taught us anything, it has taught me to be more prepared and to be able to operate without power. I saw on the Easter vlog where our power went out, and we have a generator. We just got that big generator because generators are very, very expensive. I know a lot of you guys have said we'll do a whole house generator. We can't quite afford that, so maybe someday we will shoot for that, to be able to have a full house generator, because that would be awesome. Grind the wheat on this guy. I do have a miller. I do have one of those, but I kind of wanted to keep this real old school. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give it a try. Get it all set up, and we will begin, and we'll see how this kind of turns out. I'm excited. What I'm gonna start off with first is I think I'm going to go grind my wheat berries. I don't know. Oh gosh. What? Oh no. What is like about like smells? Like it's gonna smell weird? Okay, so see how this is very, very hard? Like not like no air has gotten in here. You have oxygen absorbers in each one of my dealios. Now I know that there's probably some really epic prepper people that's maybe watching this. I'm sorry if I'm not doing things correctly. Please don't come at me, okay? There's a sneaky child. Okay. Prairie Gold wheat berries. So these are lighter than, say, your red wheat berries, like your hard winter wheat. These are like lighter. So this would be maybe equivalent to just like your regular wheat bread, like not super dark wheat. There goes all the air. Wow. There's the oxygen absorber. Tacked. Do not eat. So I'm gonna remove that. It smells like when I packaged it. Okay, let's go grind it up. This is what we started with, right? So the full wheat berries here. Okay, then through the hand grinder, which gave me this texture. You can see that super good. Very coarse, not nearly, like there's some parts where it looks like flour, but it's very coarse. So for the hand grinder, I would definitely say that this is a backup plan. Like it's like our power's down, we need to make food, this is what we're gonna go with. I do have my Nutri-Mill, and this puppy's amazing. So I cleaned it all out. We're gonna give it a shot and see how fine we can get these little wheat berries.
'Cause up here it's pregnant, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5.
There it is.
Never went to simple life.
It comes out toasty, like it's warm. Warm, fresh milled flour. Oh my goodness, I need to do this more often.
Does it smell good, or does it smell old or dingy or anything?
It smells just like I remember it smelling.
So it's still fairly fresh, you'd say.
I think so.
'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need.
There you go, 4 cups freshly milled flour. Toasty.
And it's not like a bleached process, like you literally processed
From
it with
the berry. I love it.
Processed from this.
Yeah, this is definitely a good investment. If I could find, if this is something that you're into or want to go down this avenue, I've loved this thing. I've had it since I was in high school, so like a couple of years. But it's great. If I can find it, I will link it for you guys. All right, let's continue. Next up, the eggs. We are going to make 1 egg, and it gives you, I have this little conversion chart that tells you how much powder you're gonna need to constitute what type of egg, how many eggs you need. I'll put a link to this. I'll put a link to this down in the description if you wanna go snag this. To make 1 egg, and that's gonna be 1 tablespoon. Oh, this is double bagged. Oh, because I had a split open, okay. It does smell, I will say that, it does smell, but they smelled when I got them. Kind of smells like barn. Tablespoon of the egg powder and 3 tablespoons of water. 3 tablespoons of water. We're gonna keep this separate. We're not gonna mix that yet. 2 teaspoons of salt. Sugar. Sugar is great to have in your food storage. Very shelf sustainable. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm actually gonna probably get like a stock of baking soda, like maybe a bulk baking soda, and then do some vacuum sealing of like little tiny, not tiny, but you know, like something that would maybe equivalent, you know, to a box of baking soda, and then I can put it in my storage. 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Now this is not from my 10-year supply, but I do have powdered milk that I could bust into. And then you would essentially add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or white vinegar. Both pretty sustainable. Lemon juice is a little bit harder, especially when they come in those plastic containers. That makes me a little weary. But like your white vinegar, you could have that on your shelf, and you could make your own buttermilk. So these, I just wanted to kind of show the 2 different options. Being as this is powdered, this has got a pretty long shelf life as well. Even if you know you were to open this up and put it in one of these type of bags, that would actually probably last a lot longer. Put your oxygen absorber, things like that. So today we're just gonna use this guy, essentially make 2 cups of buttermilk, which is going to be 8 tablespoons of the buttermilk powder. Here we go.
This is what I am most excited about, canned butter. When I went and bought this, they said that a lot of guides in Alaska like to have this, and they'll bring this out for to do like different hunting trips, because it'll obviously keep, because it's canned. Ironically, it's from New Zealand, so if there's any New Zealanders, let me know if you guys have ever used this before.
Oh yeah.
That would be kind of cool. But we used this, I think it was 5 years ago is the last time we used it.
Yeah, where we were like, let's take a look at that butter. Let's take a little candy, because it's supposed to be like soft butter.
There's no date on it for expiration, so I'm gonna assume it's good forever.
Do you want to do it?
Let's open it up. 10-year-old. Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful. It smells like butter.
That is crazy to me. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay, so
Moment of truth.
moment of truth. So I guess when you're supposed to tap it, it's supposed to sound hollow. We just broke off kind of a little corner piece. It took a bit to get done. We had to throw it in a couple times, and maybe I just mounted it too high where it wasn't super flat.
It smells good. It smells just like you normally make it.
Okay.
It's like bread.
Okay,
Wow.
that's good.
It's really good. You try it?
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're gonna die?
No. Oh. The style is better. It's a little bit crunchy, the style of bread, but
That's kind of the design of the
you can catch a little bit of sweet. What's the sweet from?
sugar.
Oh, yours.
There's actual sugar in there.
Oh.
You're not used to that. We're not used to having that much.
Good job, babe. That's like, that could sustain us. Totally.
And we would feel like full and we wouldn't be sad. Anyway, I just wanted to see if I could do it. And I think we successfully did it. You can kind of see inside the loaf here. She's a dense one.
That style always is, though.
Yeah. That's kind of normal. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. So it was super cool. It was neat to be able to actually see if I could take, 10-year-old, at least a majority of the ingredients were 10 years old, and produce something with them. Like, oh, let's go ahead and store all these things or these ingredients, but to be able to make something, it was cool for me. Like, I've always wanted to do that, and I was like, you know what? I think that would be pretty cool, and to show you guys. I think it turned out pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming along, making this Irish sourdough bread with me out of my 10-year-old food storage. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing maybe stuff like this. Maybe I can come up with some more things. I actually have made a chicken pot pie out of my food storage, and it used more of my canned foods. So let me know if you want to see something like that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye. YouTube channel. Beep.
You can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind. Trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket.